Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me for a financial update video. It's June, so we're going to be going over my finances for May. I'm going to tell you exactly how much I made from all of my income sources in May. I'm going to give an update on the progress that I made towards my 2025 financial goals last month. And really exciting, I may or may not have hit a new milestone for my net worth in the month of May, which I also may or may not have put that in the title of this video, so you may or may not already know what that milestone is. But anyway, if that all sounds good to you, then keep on watching because we're going to jump right in. Okay, so here we are in my May income versus expense report in YNAB. So the first bit of income that I earned was from my health insurance rewards. My health insurance offers an online portal where you can do really easy activities like watch a video or do a super easy health challenge, and you rack up points that you can then redeem for cash on a Visa gift card. So yeah, cashed out $25 there, super easy. And then my next bit of income was from cash back, and this was a lot last month, mainly due to a Rakuten check that I got for $91.98. That I believe is my biggest Rakuten check I've ever gotten, mainly from referring my boyfriend Tyler to Rakuten. And then I also got a really big cash back bonus from signing up for Home Chef, I believe it was. So yeah, if you're not using Rakuten, I have a link down in my description box below. It's a browser extension that you just activate when you're shopping online, and you can get cash back for things that you were already going to buy anyway. So you should be using it. The other app that I cashed out was for Upside. So this is my cashback app that I use for gas. I also have a link for this in the description box below. I cashed out for $12.02 there. And then the rest of the cashback all came from my credit cards. So I have a Chase Amazon Rewards credit card and a PNC Cash Unlimited credit card. And then the next bit of income that I made was from interest from my high yield savings accounts. I made $74.47, pretty straightforward. And then I also, of course, made my income from my job. I make $1,550 a week, and so that totaled out to $6,200 last month. So let's hop on over to my financial goal tracker. Okay, so here we are in my 2025 financial goal tracker. And just a disclaimer, I did not create this spreadsheet. It was created by Leila here on YouTube. Her channel name is Personal Finance with Leila. And if you're not already subscribed to her, I think you would absolutely love her content. But yeah, she sells this spreadsheet for $5 in her Etsy shop. So I will link that in my description box below if you're interested. Anyway, let's hop right in. So my first goal for 2025 is to make $5,000 in extra income. So this is all income sources outside of my job. So things like the cash back and the interest, things that I just went over in the previous section. So in the month of May, that totaled to $235.66. And I laid it out here again so you can see where all of that came from. And then my next goal is to make $90,000 in gross income. So now this includes my job, and all of my job income is gross. It does not get taxes taken out since I'm a 1099 contractor. So pretty much all of the income that I make is gross income that I need to pay taxes on. So in the month of May, with my paychecks from my job and the extra income, I made a total of $6,435.66. My next goal is to get my car fund up to $10,000. So I track this in YNAB. I have a car fund for saving for a few different things. It's for a future car. I would like at least $15,000 in cash for a future car. I can also pull from this fund if I need my car insurance deductible, or if I'm doing any car maintenance, or even things like oil changes or filters, whatever I need for my car. I just pull from this fund. And so the goal this year is to get this fund up to $10,000. I had a little bit of a setback in March March because I did a 100,000 mile checkup on my car that cost me about $800. So I had spent $800 and then contributed $150 for a net value of minus $650 that month. But we still have the rest of the year to catch this up, and I do have some plans later on this year to put more into this fund, but right now I'm doing $150 a month. So no surprise here, but in May I did put that $150 into this fund. So my next goal is to invest $45,000 this year, and I am doing this by investing $500 from every paycheck, and I get paid weekly. So every month I'm contributing $2,000 to $2,500 depending on how many Mondays there are, because that is my payday. And then I'm also investing all extra income that I am making this year. So in the month of May, I invested $2,241, and this doesn't quite match up with that $500 a week and the extra income because just how the months roll over and I don't always invest the money in the current month. I will save the money towards investing and it will eventually go into my investments, but this number in this goal is specifically how much I contributed to my accounts. So my accounts went up by this much in deposits. So my next goal is to have $200,000 invested, which is probably a bit of a stretch goal and a little bit harder to have control over because it relies heavily on the stock market, which luckily in the month of May did super well, and all of my retirement investing accounts went up by almost $10,000. So this is just what my accounts went up compared to the previous month. It includes any deposits and market gains. This is just straight up the difference in the amount that I had in my account between May and April, if that makes sense. Pretty solid increase there. I am now up to $159,000 invested, which is pretty cool. That means that in order to hit this $200,000 goal, my accounts need to go up by another $40,000 by the end of this year, which I do plan on investing. How much have I invested? So I'm investing another almost $25,000. Yeah, so I'm basically banking on the market being like way up the rest of the year. So not sure how realistic that is, but just a fun goal and kind of like a manifestation goal for all of us, really. If the market does well, it's good for all of us. So then my last goal for 2025 is to hit COASTFI at the age of 67. So if you're not familiar with COASTFI, it's basically the idea that you have enough invested in your accounts now that if you were to stop investing today, your accounts would continue to grow until retirement age, and then you would be able to withdraw a standard salary every year. So this goal is calculated using $60,000 a year that I would like to withdraw, and so I would need, I believe it's $1.5 million at the age of 67, and then $60,000 is a 4% withdrawal rate. And then this goal is based on how old I am today, and so how much money I would need today in my accounts to grow to that $1.5 million at the age of 67. I will have this formula in my description box below if you want to use it in your own spreadsheet to calculate COASTFI for yourself. Mine's slightly modified here just because I don't want to put my exact birthday on screen, so I have my birthday in a cell, so that's why mine looks slightly different, but you can use mine in the description box below and put your birthday and everything in that. Anyway, in May, my accounts, like I said in the previous goal, they went up by almost $10,000. I need about $14,000 to reach this goal, but again, this goal is based on my exact birthday and how many days left until my 67th birthday I have for this money to grow. So every day that I log into the spreadsheet, this number will get a little bit higher because I have that much less time to save. But with how things are looking, with the fact that I should hopefully be investing at least another $20,000 this year, I am really hoping that I can hit this goal this year. So one of the reasons that you might want to COASTFI is if you're in a really stressful job, if you can put as much away towards retirement now and just stick it out for a couple of years and hit a COASTFI goal, then it allows you to take a lower paying job and not have to contribute as much to retirement in order to reach that retirement goal at the age of 67 or what age you're wanting to retire. Why I like it is it's just kind of a safety net. Like once I hit this goal, then I know that no matter what, I have enough money waiting for me at the age of 67 to retire, and I don't have to worry anymore about how I'm going to make that work. I most likely will keep contributing not as much to my retirement accounts. I've been going like really heavy the past couple of years. Next year, I plan on lightening up just a little bit, but because I've made all this progress, I can kind of scale back for future years and have more money in my budget to live my life and have fun and not have to worry about retirement so much. So that's why I personally like tracking COASTFI and kind of letting myself ease off the brakes a little bit because I know that I'm good. So let's hop on over to my net worth spreadsheet. Okay, so here we are in my net worth spreadsheet, and I have this split up between my assets at the top here, and then my liabilities are tracked here, and then my net worth is calculated in this row here. So in the month of May, my cash, this is all the cash mainly in my checking accounts and savings accounts, and also literal cash that I have in my wallet. That all added up to $27,230. My solo 401k, which is the account that I'm currently actively contributing to, this went up to $38,391. My SEP IRA ended at $29,138. My Roth IRA ended at $54,728. My HSA ended at $10,173. And then my two taxable brokerage accounts that I have in Acorns and Public ended with a total of $26,901. And then my cryptocurrency, which is mainly Bitcoin. I also have one Ethereum coin and then a couple of meme coins. All in all, my cryptocurrency ended at $21,743 for a grand total in assets of $208,307.91. So for liabilities, my credit cards, I pay them off every month. So this is just what was left in my statement balance. At the end of May, my statement balances were $2,739.22. And then my tax savings, since I'm a 1099 contractor and I pay my taxes quarterly, I just choose not to put my tax savings towards my net worth just because I don't really see it as my money. Like I owe it to the government and I pay it quarterly. So I don't like to see my net worth go down by thousands of dollars every quarter. So just personal preference. But in my tax savings, I had a total of $1,931 for a grand total of total liabilities being $4,670.22. And that brought my net worth over $200,000 for the first time ever. I ended May at $203,637.69. Nice. So that was a change of over $13,000, which, yeah, that was mainly market gains. So thanks to the market for that. It's just absolutely wild that I already hit that milestone. I hit $100,000. I believe it was either November or December of 2023. Actually, let's go take a look. Okay, so here is my net worth graph in YNAB. This is the toolkit for YNAB net worth report. So let's see. Oh, and let's take out my tax savings just to be fair. Okay, so when did I hit 100K? would have been, okay, so it was December, I had $103,000 net worth. And I love this graph also because I started using YNAB in, I believe it was August 20, maybe September was my first full month. I signed up in August and then September was my first full month. And then all of this is historical data that I input into YNAB to be able to generate this graph. But you can see that I was not focused at all on increasing my net worth. Like, I wanted my net worth to increase all these years, but I was just not financially educated. And then in 2023 is when I discovered budgeting and that maybe I should have a budget and know where my money is going and put my money towards better things than spending all my paychecks down to zero. So you can already see in the start of 2023 was a big jump here. And then, so this is when I started budgeting. And then you can see when I signed up for YNAB, my net worth has just like skyrocketed because I was able to see so clearly where my money is going and where I can invest more money. And it made me so motivated to invest as much as possible. And I've had really steep investing goals the past couple of years. So it's just like wild to see how steep this graph is. But yeah, so I hit that 100K in December of 2023. So what is that? A year and a half later, I have crossed the $200,000 mark. I'm just absolutely mind blown, and I cannot wait to see how fast the next $100,000 comes. And yeah, I hope this motivates you to just keep sticking with it, even if you feel really stagnant like I was feeling down here. I was feeling stagnant, but I didn't know what I know now of like how I can grow my net worth. So with a little bit of education and a little bit of perseverance, I've been able to do this in the past couple of years. So yeah, that's really all I have to say about that. But I just want to thank you guys so much for coming with me along on this journey, watching my videos and subscribing and liking and commenting. I just really appreciate you guys sticking with me. And that's really it for this video. I hope that May went well for you guys. I hope June is just as great, if not better. And I will catch you guys in the next one. All right, bye.